Well, the Eagles are really shaking things up so far in the free agency period. First and foremost, they signed Frank Gore away from the San Francisco 49ers. Now, Gore right now going to be 32 years old in May. Definitely an ancient back by running back terms, but still has something left in the tank. Last season on 255 carries, over 1,100 yards. Yeah, he only had the 4 touchdowns, but he averaged 4.3 yards per carry and gained right around 53% of his yards after contact. Now, I expect him to slide into an RBBC alongside Darren Sproles and Chris Polk, which means he'll be a maddening commodity to own more or less right now, more of an RB3 or an RB4 come fantasy peak draft time in August. Now, as a result of Gore going from West Coast to East Coast, Carlos Hyde could emerge as a top 15 option at the running back position immediately. I love this kid's all-around game. He's a guy that's excellent in pass protection. He's a very good receiver out of the backfield, and he's an absolute runaway Mack truck when he has the ball in his hands. Last season, on 83 carries, 68% of his yards were gained after contact. Not only that, but he had the 4th highest elusive rating among rushers with at least 80 touches on the season. The guy definitely has some shimmy and shake and is really the only game in town. Again, I could see him flirting with RB1 numbers in 12-team leagues. Now, going back to the city of brotherly love, Jeremy Maclin no longer in the picture for the old chipster as he's going back to his former coach and Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs. Recall last season, Kansas City did not have a wide receiver score a single touchdown. Now, hopefully it could at least double that number with the Miggity Mac Daddy, but there are no guarantees here that Maclin will be even a wide receiver 2 next season. He's going from a prolific passing offense to more of a conservative one. Now, I expect Reid to kind of open up the playbook, but this is still a spread the love scheme overall. Maybe around 125, 130 targets you can see from Maclin, and a ton of games are going to look like 5 catches, 50 yards, and no touchdowns. He's more of a mid to back end range wide receiver 3 in 12-team leagues wearing the Chiefs red. Now, as a result of Maclin's absence, a couple of names to look out for in Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews was quite the rookie sensation last season. He played 93% of his snaps out of the slot. May slide a little bit to the outside, but I expect him to be a fixture as that slot machine within this scheme of Chip Kelly's. Last year, this is a guy that went for 67 catches, 872 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Might see a slight uptick in overall value, but the real diamond in the rough here is Josh Huff. Oregon product. Kelly knows him. He knows the system. He's the one that could really benefit most from Maclin's absence. Definitely a player to keep a close eye on as training camps near. Wild and wacky free agency period going on right now, and more yet to come. This is Yahoo Sports coverage of fantasy football.